This is my iPhone. I love it. And the reason I buy an iPhone and the reason I buy Apple products is because I believe in the designers. The creators of iPhone are genius. And that's why I buy it. Because, do you know, there's 34 different individual components. That doesn't sound like very many actually, but there's still lots of hard work and graft and lots of individual bits that go into making an iPhone. Imagine that you were walking down a street and along the street was all these different factories that produced all the different components that go into an iPhone. There'd be a glass one, an electronical one, a metal one, I don't know all the components, but imagine those 34 individual factories, and at one moment there was an explosion in each and every single one, and all of the components in those factories were thrown into the air. What do you think the odds are, if you stood underneath all the debris fallen, that you would hold your hands out and a full iPhone would be made in that explosion? It's pretty unlikely, isn't it? It's pretty unlikely that a random sequence of events would throw all these components together to make an iPhone. There's no way an iPhone is made by accident, is it? You don't buy one and go, oh yeah, someone accidentally made that. You buy one because somebody has put hard work into it, because they've intricately designed it and placed things in certain places so it is in the best place it can be. And it's for that reason that I don't believe that we are here by accident. That if the Big Bang Theory is true, I still believe there has to be a designer and a creator. That if God was using the Big Bang, he was moving planets and moving things into the exact location that they needed to be. Do you know, on planet Earth, on the Earth that we are on right now, it is in the exact perfect location in the solar system, in our galaxy and in the universe for human life to exist. It is so complicated for human life to exist on a planet. In fact, if we were 1 mile closer to the sun, which might seem like a long way, but when you realise that we are 93 million miles away from the sun, 1 mile closer doesn't seem that far. But if we were 1 mile closer to the sun, the Earth would be too hot for human life to exist. If we were 1 mile further away from the sun, it would be too cold for life to exist. You all know that the Earth is tilted on an axis. Well, if the Earth was tilted 0.1 of a degree one way, human life wouldn't be able to exist. If it was tilted 0.1 the other way, human life would not be able to exist. You see, the Earth is placed in the exact point in the solar system for human life to exist. I think it cannot be by accident that we landed on this planet and we are able to exist. It's the same with evolution theory. You know, evolution says that we were created by chance, by trial and error. And you know, I think God could create us like that. Absolutely, I think God could create us. But I don't think it's random chance. It's not random chance. And actually, evolution is only a theory. Don't ever let anybody tell you it's fact, because it is still a theory, okay? But what's interesting is one of the big holes in the evolution theory is that they cannot find a link between apes and man, because people who believe in evolution believe that we evolved from apes, from primates, and actually there's no link between man and apes. And I'm telling you, you will never, ever, ever find it. Because in the creation account of Genesis, which isn't a historical account, but is telling us who, not how, it says that God breathed the breath of life into humans. You see, we are the only creation that God breathed his breath into. See, you and I, we are the pinnacle of God's creation. You might not feel it sometimes, but we are the only part of creation that have got the breath of God in us. God didn't breathe the breath of life into apes. He didn't breathe it into dogs. He didn't breathe it into monkeys. He breathed the breath of life, his spirit, into us. We are made in God's image. You know, when it comes to thinking about creation, it's so important that we know who, not how. And you know, I want you to know that you are not here by accident. You are not here by chance. I don't know the circumstances around your conception or your birth or the early years of your life, but let me tell you this, you are not a mistake. God has designed you. God has put purpose in you. God created you on purpose. Your parents might not have planned you, but God did. And God has got a purpose and a plan for you. You know, when you think about creation, all these theories tell us it was by accident and it was by chance. When you believe in a creator God, when you believe in a designer of the universe, you can understand that there is a plan and a purpose for each and every one of us. And God loves you, and he has designed you, and he planned you. And that's what I want you to understand. It's about the who, not the how. Right.